All right. So I am live. We're going to talk about the new moon in Aquarius. So I'm going to, just let people come in for a minute or two before I really get started, and talk about what the new moon in Aquarius and setting those type of intentions is about. We'll see how many people come in. So I don't know. Maybe no one knows I'm live. Okay, I see people coming in. All right, let's come on in. Oh, this is some good stuff, y'all. Hello, Kelly. Hello. So get your stuff out to get ready to set some intentions. All right. Hey, Cord, how are you? How are you? Could you all let everybody know in the Discord group? All right. All right. Yes, you know what? And we missed the full moon. So I'm putting it on my calendar this time, full moon and everything. I got to get with my calendar. I'm trying to get back on actually using my calendar better. So, it's a work in progress. I'm not the super planner, but I'm working. I'm a work in progress. Um, oh my goodness. Oh, what's going on? Why is it looking like this? I don't know what's going on. I received succubus today. Pretty sure this succubus. Yeah, succubus. I received succubus today. Right. Hi, Toria. Oh my goodness. He is really good at figuring these things out. Yeah, I love this bottle with the red. It is a gorgeous, delicious melon. It has melon in it, but then it's got some wine in it. So as it dries, it gets. I'll tell y'all about this in the good, the bad, and the meh. Because I got to do that, and we might be doing that tomorrow live. I'm trying to decide. And hello, hello. All right, we're 3 minutes in. Let's get started. Yeah, I won't be able to get these out. Okay. Where is Lou? You can't see me? You can't see me? Okay, so tell me, can you see me? 'Cause- Hey, Miss V's world. All right. So I will. Okay. I was like confused. Okay, so let's talk about um the new moon in Aquarius. So the new moon in Aquarius. Sorry, I was opening up something. Okay. So anyway, let's get started. Once again, we're talking about the new moon. The new moon starts tomorrow. You have like a day in between, right? Okay. You have a day in between. So the new moon is tomorrow, but you can work on your intentions into Saturday. But it's strongest, of course, tomorrow. Now, when you talk about it, we said last month, as I was explaining, you're talking about setting intentions, right? And what it is about really harnessing and the strength of that particular zodiac sign that's in place. So the new moon is in Aquarius. So now let's talk about that. Now I have an article that you can read about it. So the thing about the new moon in Aquarius is talking about, okay, well, here's the thing. It's not necessarily good intentions. It's just about setting an intention. Who are you talking about? Did she fall asleep? What is she talking about, y'all? Right? I'm confused. Okay, I don't know what she's talking about because I'm right here talking. Right? Okay, anyway. So remember, it's just about um setting the intentions that you're looking for, right? And so with the new moon in Aquarius, you have to remember that that Aquarius is about individuality, right? Aquarians are very individual. I don't know. That's a Corey. I think you need to go out and come back in because I'm here, right? Um, so you need to. So remember that it is about you being an individual. It is about not caring about doing something for other people. It is all about you. Okay. um and so I've been here the whole time, love. I've been here. I don't know what was going on. All right, so anyway, so the new moon in Aquarius is about how to define the energy around you and not let it define you, but you define the energy. And you decide how you want to feel. You're not, like I said, the Aquarius is about, enlightenment and individuality. So that's what the new moon in Aquarius is about, is that. So now let me tell you. So when it comes down to this, it's talking about letting go of some new old patterns. So and the way you think about things. So here's what they said. You're in the new moon in Aquarius, think about some things that you've been avoiding because it's difficult. And that's something that you need to be working on. That's what you need to be setting the intention on. Something that is difficult for you, and integrate it into something that you need to be doing, right? And it's about your expectations, what you need, not what everybody says you need, but what you need. And so sometimes we are allowing ourselves to not to do things based on what we're trying to do for other people, our expectations, what we are trying to make people happy, impress them, things like this. The new moon in Aquarius is about whatever you're working on is about you, and isn't about how it's going to affect other people. um it's not about that. It's about you. So this is the time to start thinking like that. That doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect and you're going to go aha and have a breakthrough, but it is time to open your mind to those things and really kind of write them down, because maybe even just writing them down and facing these things that you would like to change, that you would like to make new, without the thoughts of how it's going to affect other people or how they're going to feel about it. That is part of being in the new moon in Aquarius. So get out of the expectations of others for you and think about your expectations for yourself. Um, so the new moon in Aquarius is about uncomfortability on some levels, right? So remember that. So when you are sitting, now remember what I always say is sit with your, even if it means just going off someplace by yourself. And that could be going to a library. It could be going to a coffee shop or books. Well, ain't no bookstores hardly, but a coffee shop. But you want to go someplace that is inherently a little more quiet. So that's why I say like a library, because libraries tend to be a little quieter. Now, of course, it's Friday, so that might not work, right? Or just a space that you have in your house that's quieter. And a lot of times I do things like this in the evening, when the house quiets down. That's always a good time to do these type of things, not when all of the stuff is around you and all the noise is there. It's about the quiet, and then by being in the quiet and just letting your mind open up, because so often we don't. We think about the other people around us. We think about what they're going to think, how it's going to affect them. Absolutely not. This is about the things that make you uncomfortable, because maybe it's all about you, and so often we don't allow ourselves to be all about us. Boom. All right. um and then what that is talking about is creating some newness for you. And sometimes newness is old. And what I mean by that is maybe there's some things that we have lost because we've been so busy living and being the person that we need to be for people. We've lost something that is us. So sometimes your newness is not about something totally that has never been a part of you, but taking back something that is a part of you, that you allowed to let go of, in order to make others happy, in order to, be comfortable. And when you think about it like that, and that's why sometimes you want to look at it from two different perspectives, from your personal and even your professional, because there's things that we don't do professionally because it takes us out of our comfortability. Now, let me just tell you, and I hadn't even read everything, but it is like a new moon space, right? Sometimes if you once you read something, it's like rings true to you, right? Let me tell y'all what I was doing yesterday. I was in night school, and the kids were doing their thing online. They were working, and I just all of a sudden I looked and I found this, and it was about becoming a nationally certified, a board certified teacher, right? And so all of a sudden I was drilling down into it and thinking this might be a path for me. And I've been saying I'm good, I don't want to do anything else. But then I was like, maybe I should do this. And so, and it's uncomfortable for me because it is about taking another test, doing stuff and being judged, being because you have to do, there's of course components to it and portfolio, and it's like being critiqued, and that's always a hard space for me, being critiqued. So it's so funny because that might be what I need to be doing professionally, is working on this. So I might be going forward. Is it hard? I don't know everything about it, but you have 3 years to do it. You have up to 3 years to really do it. And it's self-paced, but it's about work product and things like that. And sometimes that is very daunting to me because I feel like I don't feel like doing all that. And so maybe, but by being nationally board certified teacher, that puts them, that means that I am, anywhere I step into this country, that it has some weight. And it does, because it actually pays you more, things like that. You get certain stipends based on it and things like that are available to you. So it is quite interesting that looking at this, like actually reading through it today, because I hadn't read it, that came to mind from a professional. Personal, there's some things that I'm working on, and now I'm like, okay, purge and things like that. And so those are the things, and those can be uncomfortable to me. Um, there isn't necessarily Teacher Without Borders, but there is a lot of ways to teach overseas. Um, and going forward, I might look into it for like summers, doing like a couple of teaching for like 2 or 3 months, during the summertime. Maybe. Who am I kidding? No, I'm not. And but line, for like years, go off and teach for a year. Who knows? I am considering that also at some point. Being, going out there and teaching for a year would be fun. Then go someplace, come back home for a minute and then go back and teach for another year. Who knows? We'll see where it is. But by having that national board certification, that does open up a lot of avenues both here and abroad. So that's what I mean by actually pushing yourself, or in reference to pushing yourself, right? Because it's so easy to sit in what's comfortable. So it was comfortable sitting here and living my life here, and I'm licensed. I don't have to do anything else. All I gotta do is do my continuing education, my CPDU hour units every year, and I'm good. That's all I have to do, and I'll be fine. But pushing myself might be what I need to do. And so that's what I want. And that's an example. So that's what I want you to be thinking about. Maybe there's something that is right there in your soul and you're not letting it out. Maybe there's something that you should be moving into professionally and personally that scares you. See, that's where the change and the good shit is, right? 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 And so that is what happens. That is what I'm talking about. So when you are thinking tomorrow, don't be afraid of what scares you, what makes you uncomfortable, and lean into that, because that might be what you need to be looking into doing. Now, I'm just saying that might be just something that you might be needing to look into. So when you're looking, so when you are working with new moon energy and thinking about setting some intentions in your life, that's why you want to be in a quiet space. That's why you want to be willing to open up and think of things like that. And then just write it down. Write the things that make you uncomfortable. Maybe it's time for you to look into something that you love doing and leaning into that passion that you're so afraid of. Maybe on a personal level, it's time to go out and explore and do things, or take care of yourself in a way you haven't been. Whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable, that's where you need to sit and allow yourself to breathe into it. I know it's a scary space to be in, because I'm feeling it on a personal level. Professionally, that's something too, but I feel it too, and you just have to be willing to allow yourself that, and not think about the other people around you. And it's so hard, especially in sometimes in our situations. I am a grandmother. I live with my grandkids. I live with my family, so I now have even though I'm a grown part, even though my children are adults, I now have these little ones that are very important to me, and I have to manage that on a personal level to still look out for me and do things that are beneficial to me, and not look at it as like, oh, but my grandbabies. It can't always be about them. It has to be about me. So that's a space that I have to push myself into, that uncomfortable space, and do what is right for me in order to be right and happy for my grandkids. Mm, mm, mm. I hope I hope some of this is resonated. I hope that it will help you when you're trying to set that intention and think about it. I'm not going to stay on here long because what I'm about to do is I'm not going to stay on here long because I think that's all I need to say about setting intentions. I hope that this helps you, and I hope that and if you do take some time and do something, put it in, you don't have to say in the comments exactly what you're working on, but say if you felt that energy and you rode that wave. Just let me know. Just let me know. Put it in the comments like Saturday, maybe Sunday. Come back and put it in the comments. And right now I'm going to get off of here because I want to talk fragrances for a minute. So if y'all want to talk fragrances, I'm going to end this one, and then I'm going to go over to the other channel and start another one right quick and just do a quick fragrance check-in with you all. So let's go over there and have some fun. Talk to you later.